Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. Today we head to 110 Tices Lane, where demolition has begun at the old Wonder Bread factory as Mayor Cohn and members of the Township Council and Redevelopment Agency talk about the future of the property. Then we drop in on Playhouse 22 at the Community Arts Center, where a play written by and performed by children and young adults on the autism spectrum took place. And we stay at the Community Arts Center as the East Brunswick Human Relations Council and Interfaith Clergy Council hold a coffee and conversation series event. And we end in Trenton with the East Brunswick High School Class of 2019 graduation ceremony as we check out some of the highlights. So stay with us. This Week in East Brunswick starts now.
So when we spoke a couple of months ago, actually about 2 years ago, about doing redevelopment here in East Brunswick, we were dead serious about what we wanted to accomplish, and that is to sort of re-engineer East Brunswick in a way that works for residents of today and residents of the future. The first actual example of that is this project here on 110 Tices, what most people remember as the old Wonder Bread factory, and we already have plans for what will be going here, but the first step in the beginning of the process is demolition, which is what you see behind us. Can't tell you how happy we are to be at this point today, and we were excited about the future, and everybody that's here today had a part to do with that. So with that having been said, I'd like to pass the mic to the head of the Redevelopment Agency and fellow Councilman Jim Wendell to talk a little bit about the process and what you're seeing here today.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just like to say, I mean, it's an exciting time in East Brunswick. We've been working on redevelopment here in East Brunswick since 2017, probably even going back to 2015, and to actually see something coming to fruition and moving forward. This is a process here that has taken time and taken steps to get it right. This first project that we have here at 110 Tices is going to be a project that's not only going to be something that's for this community and this development only, but there's another process here where the developer's donating 8 acres back to the town, and the town's going to use that 8 acres for a facility that's going to benefit the entire town. It's been a long time coming. I'd like to thank our executive director, Michael Hughes, who's a previous councilman. I'd like to thank the help of all the rest of everybody who's here that is either on council, was on council for this process. Assemblywoman Pinkin, who was a councilwoman here in East Brunswick, helped this process get started, and Councilwoman Sullivan and Council President Sturley Stanley.
We're taking a site that in another era was being considered and certainly was thriving as the old Wonder Bread factory. But we're in a different world now, and that use prior to our ownership of the site simply was not sustainable. So we began working with the Euro Economic Development Authority here in East Brunswick many years ago as to trying to create a vision for this site for something that ultimately is sustainable for the future. And from our perspective, a mixed-use community that creates a variety of housing types that allows us to kind of hedge our bets as it relates to which housing style will be sustainable by having what will ultimately become a variety of housing types, open space, retail services and experiential retail within the project. We will be able to create something that's sustainable. We're also thrilled at the efforts that are being made with regard to this administration as it relates to upgrades to Route 18, both in terms of also creating sustainability and the continued efforts as it relates to the benefits in this site to mass transit at your bus transportation facility, which we will likely be offering shuttle service to allow our residents convenient access to buses to New York City. So there's a lot of things that this site has to offer. We'll call it an infill location, and to have a piece of property like this at this wonderful location in a community with such great schools, with a stable tax base, with employment opportunities is really an opportunity that doesn't come along very often. So we're very, very excited to move to the next step, and we hope to be completing demolition this summer and moving on into our site plan improvements in the fall and delivering our first units here hopefully within about 18 months.
I really thank each of you who are parts of the town and integral parts of the town, whether it's those who work for the town and have helped get us to this day. We're totally in your debt. And we have members of the redevelopment agency and the redevelopment advisory committee. And this is a broad spectrum of individuals in the town, each of whom had an opportunity to opine, give their opinions, speak to other residents, so that at the end of the day, what we're looking to create is something that is truly a conglomeration of ideas that comes from everybody in the town, mixed with our professionals and the developers, and that really in the spirit of all being on the same page and creating something really wonderful here in East Brunswick.
Hi, my name is Mark Corallo, and we are here today at Playhouse 22 talking about the Creative Communicators Theater program. The purpose of our program is to support children on the autism spectrum. We use theater arts and social skills to help build confidence, to help build speech and language skills, and to help kids function in their natural environment. Our program runs for kids who are between the ages of 7 all the way through adult. We have a really great time. It's a blast. Today we're doing social skills in space. The kids wrote the show themselves, and we use all of their ideas, and we put together this big theme, and they have a blast. So we hope you enjoy the show.
My name is Tyler Lozano, and I am an actor. I play a newscaster and the leader of a planet group called the Planet of the Superheroes. And I'm looking forward one day to being in movies one day.
As always, I can't thank you all enough for coming and for supporting us. Week after week, parents drop their kids off. They trust us. They have the opportunity to go and have parent time, which is kind of cool, but it gives the kids an opportunity to really come together. And as I always say, you know, the one amazing piece about this program is relationship development, and the kids really, really have developed strong friendships throughout the program. So that's one of the things that we're very proud of. This year, the kids, as always, wrote their own show, which is incredible. They give us the ideas, they give us the concepts, they give us what they're extremely motivated by, and we write around what they're interested in. On with the show!
It is reported that people have lost their social skills in France, England, Spain, and other countries around the world. Various countries in the U.S. have reported are starting to lose their social skills. Let's take a look. Keyshawn, over to you.
Sorry. We need to bring social skills back to Earth. There is one particular keeper whose name is the All-Knowing One. He is the staple to helping us retrieve all the information needed. We volunteer a few good people who still have their social skills help us solve the epidemic.
The planet Earth has passed through a strange vortex that occurs every 1.1 million years.
And let me guess, been 1.1 million years? Bingo!
Strange things can occur while the Earth is passing through this vortex. For example, dogs may stop barking, people may stop sleeping, or...
People may lose their social skills.
Precisely. You must visit different planets to regain the skills that have been lost. Gobo will tell you which planet to visit first.
We're off to our first planet. This is called the planet of the crocodile. Their people from their planet Earth have all lost their social skills.
Well, we noticed you all have fabulous social skills.
Would you be able to help us?
Well, we'd be more than happy to. But first, you must sing a song with us.
A song? What kind of song?
Well, it's simple. Since this is the planet of crocodiles, let's sing and dance to a very special number that we often leave to do for our visitors.
That sounds like fun. Can I join in? Me too.
Really? Can you? Of course you will. So, is everyone ready? Well then, let's rock this joint. And a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Listen up, everyone. The plague of crocodiles needs your help. So if you can remember to sing a song,
save the planet Earth.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say. We don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say. No one will love you as you are. Won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Oh, oh, around the bullets hits my skin. Well, far away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sleep in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are glorious, and that's what we become. Won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. We are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Oh, this is me.
The East Brunswick Human Relations Council, along with the East Brunswick Interfaith Clergy Council, co-sponsored a conversation and coffee series event celebrating core religious tenets of peace and understanding at the East Brunswick Community Arts Center.
My name is Aram Shakir. I'm the chair of the East Brunswick Human Relations Council. We are having a conversation and coffee series events. We had one last year, and this is our second one. We partnered up with the East Brunswick Interfaith Clergy Council to have this event to discuss commonalities between all of our religions.
What do you see as a commonality in all of our beliefs as people who preside and work with a particular faith community? What has been your experience working across faith?
Sikhs believe in one God, and to be clear, the definition of God as described by our founder, Guru Nanak, in our scriptures is, there is one God, the truth, the creator, without fear, without hate, undying, beyond birth and death, self-illuminated, realized by the grace of God. So as you can see, there are many common things with other religions in that statement. Sikhs believe that God is everywhere at all times, before the beginning of time and the universe, and God will exist after to eternity. Some of the other things which are common amongst religions, a divine scripture or a leader, a reason for one's existence or the objective of life, love and compassion for the fellow being. Another common belief is the life after death, and God as limitless and all-pervading. So from this you can see that many elements of what the Sikhs believe in are common to many other religions.
The commonalities that I've seen in terms of from my faith tradition and what I've seen over the years of interacting with others and also studying somewhat other faith communities, and is number one, a sense of something greater than yourself. The divine that many of us, or God that many of us would identify with, but not necessarily all. But that sense that there is something more and above and beyond ourselves. And that leads to oftentimes a purpose. And I think this is something that we severely lack, unfortunately, in popular culture today, that I think religion itself provides. That it provides a purpose, a reason, meaning to life, meaning to suffering. These things and tragedies as well as joys in life. It gives a perspective or an understanding of how to relate to these in our life's journey. So I think religion provides that framework of understanding regardless of the faith tradition. So that sense of, like I said, being above, or above, a being that is greater than oneself, which results in purpose. And what I've seen from commonality of religious traditions is the emphasis of how to connect with that divine or that being that is outside of ourselves is oftentimes in serving him, it's through serving man in one capacity or another, and serving each other. And I think this is something that the faith communities as well share in their own way, that the way you draw closer to God is, yes, in its ritual and spiritual elements that the tradition may outline, but it also results in how you conduct yourself in affairs and in service to others.
So when we come at commonalities, we're not looking for sameness. We're looking to bring holy curiosity, recognizing that what may be one faith tradition's end game, say salvation for Christianity, might be liberation for a Buddhist, but they're actually two very different things. And we want to honor each of those. So I just want to say it is so important when we are building communities that are diverse, that we look for commonalities, but we also honor the diversity that's there as it is.
According to Rabbi Hillel, the Golden Rule is so important that it is the essence of the Torah, the Jewish Bible. If you practice the Golden Rule, you have captured one of the most important elements of being Jewish. But of course, the Golden Rule is not unique to Judaism. It appears prominently in Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Taoism, and Islam, along with many other religions. In fact, in 1993, a conference came together with 143 religious leaders that encompassed the world's major faiths, and they endorsed the Golden Rule as part of their declaration towards a global ethic. So the more we join together as religious people, and the more we affirm the Golden Rule, the greater peace and understanding we will create in our world.
I find that we all hold firm in whatever it may be, that to a belief in a power that is greater than ourselves. Whether we call that Abba, Creator, Lord, Allah, whatever we may call it, there is something bigger than us out there. That I think we can all, I speak for myself, but there's an underlining tone that we all long for a desire to live in peace and to live in harmony where justice and fairness prevail in our communities. This idea of being kind to one another, loving your neighbor, acceptance, compassion, respect. In Scripture, we would find things along the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, kindness. I could get up and do the little song and dance for you too, but this idea of being gentle, having self-control. I think regardless of who we believe in and what we believe in, we all strive to live in community together. This idea to identify and share our beliefs with one another and traditions with one another, to be heard, to be accepted, maybe not necessarily agreed with, but to be able to be in community and fellowship with one another as a family.
So the goal of our council is to promote communication, build bridges between diverse communities of East Brunswick. We want the diversity not just to be tolerated and accepted, but we want to celebrate the diversity of our town. It's actually really important to have these type of events to build bridges, have the communication going, and talk about similarities, but not just similarities, but also differences, because differences is what makes us all stronger. And having that open dialogue and open communication, it really helps with that. To find out more information about East Brunswick Human Relations Council, make sure you like our page. That way, when you like our page, you'll be updated on all of our future events.
The East Brunswick High School class of 2019 graduated on Thursday, June 20th at Cure Insurance Arena in Trenton. Let's check out some of the highlights from the ceremony.
The author of Winnie the Pooh, Alan Alexander Milne, once said, "Promise me you'll always remember. You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." In this fast-paced world, it's easy to lose sight of these important reminders as we stumble blindly into our futures. However, I urge each and every one of you here today to never forget those words. Hold them near and dear to your heart throughout the years to come. As I now approach the end of my remarks, I hope to leave you all with this final message. Regardless of where we go from here or what we do, remember that we are all braver, stronger, and smarter individuals as a result of our time at EBHS, and the world is an infinitely better place for it. Thank you so much for this incredible honor, and congratulations once again to the East Brunswick High School class of 2019.
Standing up here on stage, I can feel the emotions that fill this arena, on the floor, on the stage, and in the stands. Class of 2019, we have all come together today to help write the final lines of this chapter in your life's story and to turn the page to begin a new one. Parents, you're probably sitting up there in the stands wondering, where have all the years gone? How can we be writing the final lines of your son or daughter's high school chapter? It seemed like just yesterday you were turning the page from the early childhood chapter to that turbulent teenage chapter. Well, I guess some chapters are easier to close than others. Class of 2019, you're probably sitting there saying, "Hurry up, Dr. V, and finish so I can get my diploma. Write the final lines of the last page of this chapter." Patience. I will be quick, and you should not rush life. Enjoy writing each line in your book of life.
In order to grow, you have to be willing to push yourself. And the more you push yourself, the more likely you'll experience outcomes you had not forecasted. Instead of considering anything a failure, repurpose it as a step in your learning process. Be willing and adaptable to adjust both your approach and your expectations. Sometimes you need to move sideways before you can move forward.